Jitterbug. Jitterbug. Jitterbug.
Tommy, thanks for taking time out of training to speak with MMA Video. We really appreciate it. Any of our subscribers who might not be aware of you, just tell us a little bit about yourself, sort of introduce yourself, a little bit about what you're about and stuff like that.
I was born in Birmingham, obviously growing up in Harborne. It was quite a shelter, not really a sheltered life, you know, but I went into foster care when I was 5 years old, 5 years of age now. And from there I came back from foster care and I started to get into kickboxing training through because I was being bullied too much in school, you know, and I wanted to be able to defend myself. So I dabbled in that. I got myself obsessed with Bruce Lee at the age of 12 years, and you know, from there I was practicing all his moves. I was always reading up on his books, like studying his films, like watching different fighters from Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, you know, Roberto Duran. A lot of great fighters that have come up through the years. I idolise a lot of them, but no more than Bruce Lee.
So, where did you grow up? You grew up in Birmingham, and your interest, were you interested in MMA at an early age, or fighting in an early age?
8 years of age, 12 and onwards, I'd say. Now, as I said, I was obsessed with Bruce Lee, like all the time. I carry that into my kickboxing sessions where I train with Cash Flash Gill down at St Lawrence Church in Harborne. And now, people who went to that gym will probably remember me from those days.
Alright, so could you describe your style of fighting? Like, what's your style like? How do you do you base yourself on anyone, or what's your...
My style of fighting, I don't really base myself on anything really. I just take in what is useful, discard what is useless, you know. I have a look at every single fighter in the game and I take out the big parts, their best signature moves, and I add it all into one perfect style, as it were, you know.
Okay.
As perfect as you can get it.
So you're set to make an MMA debut. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Tell the fans about that.
It's actually a kickboxing fight, yeah. It's the only kickboxing fight on a boxing card where, you know, I'm going to be filling an arena full of like thousands of fans now, yeah. All whoop by, got the Guinness now, yeah. My man here has bought me the Guinness, Roy. That's alright, isn't it?
Nice.
But yeah, it's going to be set to be packed out by thousands of people, you know, and I'm gonna show the whole people of the UK the new era of the fighting Irish, and not just the UK, the whole goddamn world, yeah.
Tommy, what are your aspirations as a fighter? Where do you see yourself? What's the goal?
The whole goal is to prove that I'm the best there is, and that's it.
Where do you see yourself in terms?
UFC champion, and that's it.
UFC champion.
In my mind, I already am the world UFC champion.
Nice.
And that's it.
So, people have been talking about you, they've been impressed with your social media. You've been training in Brazil, you know, working really hard out there. Do you want to enlighten us about what you've been doing out there?
Well, yeah, I went out there to do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training now because I've got a Chinese friend now who's been sponsoring me and stuff. So he took me out there to do a bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training on an island called Florianopolis. It's on the east coast of Brazil now. See, I was training with some of the Gracies that are out there, to be honest, and the 2 weeks it was very valuable to my arsenal, what's going to be coming in my future career now. Alright,
now I've got to ask the question, it's on everybody's lips. You seem to be friends with Conor McGregor, and you know, you're affiliated with SBG Gym and Owen Roddy. I know you probably won't be allowed to say too much about that, but can you enlighten us a little bit?
Well, I've been speaking with Vasile Bria for quite a long time now, and you know, like, me and him have a fairly good friendship, you know. I mean, we're messaging each other pretty much on a daily basis, and you know, like, if anybody wants a massage or sports therapy in Dublin, go to Vasile Bria, yeah.
Shout out.
Check him out, shout out, yeah. Because he's a class guy right there, he's a class guy in Vasile Bria, yeah. He's always been supportive of me, he's always been, you know, just everything, you know, like, and it keeps me going when I sometimes feel like giving up, you know.
And what have you spoken to Conor McGregor at all? Have you had any messages?
No, not directly. No, I've not spoken to him directly, not yet. But you know, it's all work in progress. You know,
people are going to ask, do you think he will attend your debut or any of his team?
There's a likelihood. I'm not going to say definite, but there's a likelihood he will be attending. Yes.
Nice. So, guys, you heard it here first on MMA Video. There's a likelihood Conor McGregor might be coming to Macclesfield. So, special moves wise, I mean, what's your background? Is it boxing, MMA, wrestling?
It's like Jeet Kune Do boxing, like Jeet Kune Do, like the art of the intercepting fist or foot. Like, nice. The way I like to approach fighting is that you adapt to any given situation that comes up against you, right? So
nice.
you know, you put water into a cup, it becomes a cup, as Bruce Lee once said, yeah.
Beautiful.
So, you know, just turn yourself into water and like just adapt yourself to any situation that you find yourself in, and that's it.
Awesome. So, are you excited for your fight? Have you started training or anything like that? What's your typical training regime consist of?
Well, my training regime normally consists of 3 times a day training now, yeah. I'll be training dynamic static stretching and technique work during the morning for about 2 hours now. So technique work, I was saying doing like shadow sparring with weights in my hands, like 6 kilo weights in my hands, for example now.
And what's your diet like? What do you tend to eat on a day, like when you're training?
Like breakfast time, I'll have like 2 slices of wholemeal toast with 2 slices of salmon, 2 poached eggs, smashed avocado spread over it, and then second meal I'll have like full fat Greek yogurt with crushed almonds and olive oil, ginseng. There's all sorts of things that go into it, you know. The third meal is like a crispy beef salad. You know, I'll just make it from scratch myself. Add some sunflower seeds in there, some pumpkin seeds and whatnot, which further increase testosterone through like what the fat's called now, the monounsaturated fat.
Monosaturated, yeah.
They're extremely good for developing.
What would your advice be to anyone looking to get in the fight game?
Anybody looking to get in the fight game, just weigh up pros and cons and like know your strengths and your weaknesses, and don't just come into the game with singular approach, because guaranteed you come into this game with singular approach, especially against guys like me, yeah, you're gonna be turned inside out, and that's it.
Do you know who your opponent is on October the 13th?
It's to be announced yet, but I'm excited to find out who it's going to be. I'm still waiting for my promoter to
Have you got a direct message for whoever your opponent's going to be?
Not just yet, not just yet. He's got the guy in mind that he's going to be setting me against, you know. So it's just got to wait to get things finalised, which is why I'm going to Macclesfield tomorrow. That's when I'm starting the training camp. So.
Final question: what can someone expect when they get in the ring with you?
When they get in the ring with me now, they're going to be shooting for their life. There's going to be nobody that can take out me. Trust me on that. Like, I'm going to be rising to the top of the game, and there's nothing's going to stop this rise. Yeah, I am MMA. Mooney McQuaid Aldhous. Like it says it in my name. I am MMA, and those belts are mine. So Darren Till better spit shine those belts for me, because Darren Till, mate, I'm coming for you, bitch, Roy. Make no mistake about that.
Nice, nice. What do you think about Darren Till?
You know what? He's a good fighter and he's a good guy, but end of the day, I will smoke him and his dreams will be ended and he'll be left going crying home. So that's it. I respect him as a fighter,
yeah,
but his time will be done when I rise.
Who do you think the best fighter is ever?
Do you know what? It's a big discussion because I've been listening a lot to Joe Rogan, and there's a big discussion between Mighty Mouse,
Bones,
John Bones Jones, or Conor McGregor. Like, it's between 3 of them, so you know, like, you don't know, do you? You know. But me being a little bit biased, I'd have to say Conor. But you know.
Is that who you kind of idolise?
Yeah, I 100% idolise Conor. Like, Conor completely changed my life around, yeah. Like, when I was in 2014, I had a fiance called Gemma from Newcastle, yeah. Now, she was murdered in 2014. She was taken away from me, and that stopped me from carrying on focusing on the fighting career that I was doing before that happened now. And that's where the whole Tommy started springing out, you know. To lose Gemma the way I did, you know, it was just, it completely ripped me apart. And I tell you what, a big shout out to Gaz and Geordie Shaw, yeah, because he really did, you know, prove that he was there for me when I most needed a friend like that at times. So big kudos to him.
Okay, do you you had a saying, didn't you? What was it? The one that you did
Bosh
for Joe?
knots, yeah.
Nice. Where did that originate from?
Well, I just suddenly thought, like, I was watching Geordie Shaw, yeah, I was hearing them all go bosh, bosh this, bosh that. So I just thought, right, let's just think of something now. I just came out with it on a video. I was like, yeah man, fucking bosh knots.
Nice.
It just stuck, you know. And it ended up going on Geordie Shaw itself.
And quickly, a question for our fans that have seen. They want to, for you to explain where their surname come from, where the name came from. Can you just shed some light on that? The Mooney McQuaid.
Well, Mooney McQuaid, it's from my father's side of my family, yeah. See what's happening now. When my cousin Phil has just come up from Birmingham the other day. He got a DNA test from my real dad. My real dad, Chris Mooney, is obviously in Birmingham, but unfortunately 11 years ago he was in a car accident, so he couldn't do it himself, but he paid for a DNA test for me. But I've never met my dad in my whole life, Like, I was in foster care when I was 5. I knew that he came and saw me in foster care and stuff, tried to get me out, but to none avail. But you know, that's where money made. My granddad moved over from Dublin in the 50s, along with his brothers and sisters, etc. like that. So that's where that comes from there. You know, Mooney McQuaid's, the McQuaids are the Mooney's cousins, so that's where McQuaid side comes from as well. You know, Aldhous is my mum's side. So, and if you look back on the Mooney family tree, we actually descend from the royal family of Ireland. Now, our family reigned in Ireland at the same time as the Trojan War, yeah? So, we were the kings and queens of Ireland at the time of the Trojan War. So what does that tell you? That's something strange now, yeah? Considering I'm looking to make history just like Alexander the Great, and I've always been obsessed with like Alexander the Great and like Greek history and like all the great conquerors throughout time, Julius Caesar, you know, you can name more, Genghis Khan. And this carries on and on, but that's the sort of life I'm coming from now. Royal Irish blood, and eventually I'm going to be the Royal Irish. Oh, wow.